Welcome back, everyone, to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're tuning in for this one because, well, we're going to unpack something that affects almost every single one of us, whether we actively realize it or not. We're looking at the invisible financial traps that quietly dictate our modern lives and our everyday habits. You know, people usually think going broke is just the result of terrible investments or like massive economic crashes. But honestly, more often than not, it's about a silent, daily drain on our wallets. It's this phenomenon known as the status arms race. And let me tell you, the cost of trying to keep up is way higher and way more insidious than you might think.
Okay, let's dive into this with a question that honestly sounds a bit like a riddle. If your neighbor wins the lottery, why do you go broke? Logically speaking, someone else's incredible financial windfall shouldn't impact your personal bank account at all, right? I mean, their bank balance goes up, yours stays exactly the same. If anything, maybe they buy you a nice dinner to celebrate. But the hard data tells a completely different and frankly almost shocking story about how human beings actually react. It turns out it's a bizarre, deeply ingrained reality of human nature that being geographically close to someone else's sudden wealth is a direct, statistical threat to your own wallet. Section 1. The Neighbor Lottery Trap. The Danger of Proximity to Wealth. Section 2. Wealth as a Contagion. The Federal Reserve Study. To truly grasp why your neighbor's winning ticket is a literal hazard to your own savings account, we have to look at the macro-level data. Now, what's really interesting about this is how it completely reframes our understanding of consumer spending. A Federal Reserve study literally diagnosed the desire of looking rich not as some personal financial misstep or a character flaw, but as a financial contagion. I want you to really think about that word for a second. Contagion. It suggests that keeping up with the Joneses isn't just some harmless old idiom. Visible wealth actually acts like an airborne disease spreading rapidly through neighborhoods. When one person upgrades their lifestyle with, say, lottery winnings, the people around them catch the spending bug. It is highly infectious, and honestly, no one is naturally immune. Section 3. Understanding the Diderot Effect. The Mechanism of Contagion. So, how exactly does this virus take hold once you're exposed to it? Well, the answer lies in a really fascinating behavioral concept called the Diderot Effect. It's a phenomenon where just one single new upgrade triggers an entire cascade of spending, all just to match a newly established standard. It's basically an invisible psychological trap. Think about it. You make one innocent purchase, something nice, something shiny, maybe you feel you've totally earned it. But instead of bringing you lasting satisfaction, that one new item suddenly makes all your older items look, well, hopelessly inadequate. Your mental baseline for what's acceptable shifts instantly. And bam, the psychological trap snaps shut. Let's map out exactly how this unstoppable domino effect plays out in real time. Step 1, you buy the new car. Maybe the neighbor got one, or maybe you just got a big promotion. You feel absolutely great. But then step 2 happens. You're sitting in this pristine, luxurious new vehicle, and suddenly, your perfectly fine old jacket feels a bit shabby. So you buy new clothes to match the aesthetic of the new car. But wait, now your old shoes don't match the new clothes. Then you absolutely have to dine at nicer places so people actually see you in the clothes in the car, which leads inevitably to step 3, running out of money. I really encourage you to think about your own life here. Have you ever bought a beautiful new sofa only to realize you now feel compelled to repaint the whole living room just to match it? That is the Diderot effect in action, literally draining your bank account one perfectly logical-seeming upgrade at a time. Section 4. The Middle Class Conscription. Drafted into the arms race. When you zoom out and apply this cascading psychological trap to entire communities, you start to see the massive societal impact on everyday consumers. So the crucial point here is that the middle class is essentially conscripted into an unwinnable status arms race. Notice that specific word, conscripted. It means being drafted involuntarily. Because of this contagion of looking rich that the Federal Reserve confirmed, and the powerful psychological pressure of the Diderot effect, everyday people are being pulled into a fierce financial battle without ever officially signing up for it. You find yourself constantly upgrading just to maintain your relative social standing. People are going completely broke in the process just to maintain appearances in a race that, mathematically, has no finish line. Section 5. The True Millionaire Flex. A Viral Paradox. Now here is the ultimate twist in our narrative, and it brilliantly illustrates the supreme irony of modern wealth. On one side, we have the middle class, heavily conscripted into the status arms race, trapped in that exhausting cascade of spending, constantly upgrading cars and clothes just to project an image of wealth. But on the other side, the actual millionaires. And what are they doing? They're driving Toyotas. I mean, no way, right? But the viral paradox of all this research is that true wealth is often completely invisible. The people with the highest net worths are remarkably immune to the Diderot effect. They aren't playing the status arms race because they simply opted out. They keep the reliable, standard car and they put their money into actual assets, not fleeting appearances.
Which brings us to the ultimate takeaway of today's explainer. Knowing the trap, knowing about the geographic contagion of the neighbor lottery, that psychological cascade of the Diderot effect, and the amazing paradox that actual millionaires are out there happily driving Toyotas, who are you really trying to impress with your next purchase? Are you buying that upgrade for you, or are you just infected by the financial contagion spreading around your neighborhood? Before you swipe your card for that next big status symbol, take a step back and make sure you aren't drafting yourself into an unwinnable arms race. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, stay focused, and I really hope this helps you build a much stronger, totally immune financial future.